Hi, I'm Kimberly. Thanks for joining us for our third episode. I'll be focusing on the Jason Lee Archaeology Project. This week we wrapped up our excavation, so the property owner is all ready for redevelopment. I'm sure he's really happy about that. This is one of the most significant archaeological sites in Salem. It's the site of Jason Lee's second mission house, built in 1841, moved to the Willamette Heritage Center in 1963. We opened 12 test units in 2 blocks, Block A and Block B. And in Block B, we found the mission house basement, which was pretty exciting. 25 volunteers using 600 hours recovered over 2,000 artifacts. This project was made possible by many collaborative partners, especially Willamette University, Professor Scott Pike, and his students. They contributed many hours to the project, including doing work on ground penetrating radar. They helped with excavation and screening, and also did some modeling. We also had help from many professional archaeologists, including Eric Gleason, Jackie Chung, Paul Hampson, and Melissa Darby. We couldn't have done the work without their help. Another key partner was the Oregon Archaeological Society. David Root, Doug Reynolds, Roy Bryan, Christina Pebley, and Dane Jewell were key volunteers. Penn McBain was our site recorder, who we talked a bit with.
We're here with Penn, and she's with the Oregon Archaeological Society. Thank you for being with us on this excavation, Penn. We couldn't have done it without you.
My pleasure.
Can you tell our listeners a little bit about what the Oregon Archaeological Society does and who your members are?
So the Oregon Archaeological Society is an organization that has been around for a number of years, dedicated to the education of the public of archaeology, and then also of providing volunteers for archaeologists that have been trained through a basic training course that we put on so that people can come out here in the field as I am doing today. So this has been a particularly exciting dig. Not only have we had a chance to uncover a little bit of the early history of Oregon and find the cellar of the original building, but there's just a myriad of artifacts that are coming out, some that are traditional, the nails, the brick, and all of the glass and other materials that would have been used in the construction of a home, but then a lot of different cultural elements that we're finding, including a child's marble, which I find probably the one that is my favorite right now. A lot of beautiful ceramics, including at least 3 pieces where we're able to get some form of stamp that we might be able to do some dating. Additionally, we found some bottles that, with preliminary research, look to be pre-Civil War, so certainly within the context of the 1841 date when the house was built. And thank you for the opportunity to have OAS join you for this dig. It was great for all of us. Thank you.
Ross has been our primary investigator through the project. I checked in with him to see how he thought things went.
Hey, hi, we're here with Ross, the lead investigator for our archaeological excavation here at the Jason Lee mission site. Nice to talk to you again, Ross. So what have we learned?
Well, it's been a pretty productive series of weekends here. We've really blessed with weather this morning, and happy to have a good note for wrapping everything up, because you'll see that we're starting to do our final documentation on all of the units, and right now we're over inside the Lee house. We've identified the wall alignment, which is pretty exciting, so we can differentiate the interior from the exterior deposits, and we've started to put together a sequence for sort of the post-demolition events here. You can see in some of these units we're looking at a lot of architectural debris that was actually put into the unit to fill it, or into the foundation to footing to fill it and to level the property before that was developed. And you can see that a lot of it actually was fairly unconsolidated. It settled a lot. There was and they had to bring in additional fill essentially to level it before the parking lot was constructed in the 70s. So, looking at all of this and now, looking at the surface visible features that we can see in terms of the cracking patterns and stuff, it feels like we have a pretty good handle on where the original house foundation was, and we'll be able to sort of put that all together for the report. So I'm pretty happy with how this has all turned out overall. We definitely have, evidence of the original structure, and even though, the ancillary structures and other activity areas that were depicted in some of the maps didn't really show up in some of the testing out there, I think we did learn a lot from that as well, in terms of, where we could focus future activities if the property owners were interested in additional research on property. And overall, this has been an excellent project. We really appreciate the city for reaching out to get us involved in it, and I think we've learned a lot about it, and it's just been great. I'm really happy with all of the volunteers that have turned out, and how much we've been able to do. So.
Well, we couldn't have done it without you, Ross. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
The shovel probe testing was completed on the north end of the site in order to help us better understand what to expect to find through the redevelopment and to help us create a monitoring plan. Much thanks to our volunteer archaeologists who did the work on this portion of the site, including Michelle Rossi, Allison Davies, Michelle North, as well as Pat, Corey, and Winston Zach. We couldn't have done it without you. For more information on this project, please check our website, including looking at how we're going to be developing models. If you didn't catch it already, you can also take a tour with us on Facebook Live. You can see the link on our website. And now, this day in history. The Spanish influenza was running rampant from fall in 1918 through the fall of 1919. As these articles from the Statesman reflect, they were dealing with a lot of the same things we're dealing with now. By the spring of 1919, the flu had killed 6 times as many people in Salem as World War I. Hang in there, everyone. See you next time.